The world that we inherited from our ancestors will not be the same place that we leave to our children. If we don't begin building wisely, our kids will face darker days.
So we're working to let in a little more light.
BeauSoleil means beautiful sunshine in French.
Or just sunshine in Cajun French.
The goal of the BeauSoleil project at UL Lafayette was to design and build a solar-powered home that uses renewable resources in a way that reflects the rich native culture of our region.
First, we wanted this to be a uniquely Louisiana house. We're all originally from here, so we naturally felt like we wanted this house to be home for us.
Second, it had to be a balanced technological hybrid of both passive and active energy systems.
Meaning that the house is high-tech.
Third, the house had to be affordable enough for ordinary people to live in it. That is to say, people like you and I and our families.
That's what these students set out to create, and that's what earned them a place in the 2009 Solar Decathlon in Washington, D.C. In designing this amazing home, they've created an opportunity for Louisiana to step onto an international stage and show 21st century leadership.
All we need now is you.
Well, I was working offshore, and I was watching the satellite TV one day, and there was a documentary about the, I believe it was the 2005 Solar Decathlon. I saw these 20 houses on the mall that students had designed and built, and they were solar-powered houses. And that was something I had already been kind of interested in, but seeing that documentary it's kind of cemented it for me, and I decided to go back to school. And so when we got accepted into the competition, that was kind of like a dream come true for me, because that was why I had gone back to school.
The Solar Decathlon is an international event sponsored by the U.S. Department of Energy. Select teams of university students compete to design, build, and operate the most attractive and energy-efficient solar-powered house. It's the largest architectural competition of its kind in the world. It's sort of the holy grail of architecture projects. 20 schools are chosen to go to Washington, D.C., where they'll build their houses, forming a solar village on the National Mall.
These are major universities that were selected.
And we believe that we belong there.
Well, we're up against Cornell,
Penn State, Rice,
Virginia Tech, Ohio State.
It's not just American universities. It's also universities from Madrid, Darmstadt, Germany.
It's truly an international competition.
So when a school from Louisiana was picked as a finalist, I think it kind of surprised a lot of people.
People may not be as familiar with the University of Louisiana at Lafayette.
But that's about to change.
A lot of times Louisiana is considered to be pretty backwards. But I feel that the BeauSoleil project gives us the opportunity to show people that, we are a very progressive place. We can lead.
Being able to compete against these other schools, these prominent schools, it gives UL legitimacy. It validates our way of life, and it validates our architecture program. And whether we're an underdog or not, this competition matters.
I want to win. I want to win the whole thing.
The BeauSoleil home is designed to be completely self-sufficient. It can withstand 140-mile-an-hour winds, it supplies its own water, and its own electricity. In fact, BeauSoleil generates more power than it consumes. Good ecology is also good economics.
So you spend half your day at home. You spend the other half at work trying to pay for your home. With BeauSoleil, it's producing power all day. So really, the house is working for you.
Homeowners can actually sell their electricity back to the grid.
The house is very modern, but it's very old-fashioned in some ways.
We've used the traditional architecture in Louisiana because we know that that's successful.
BeauSoleil draws a lot from the Acadian and Creole-style houses of Louisiana, as well as from the dog-trot porches of the rural South and the shotguns of New Orleans.
Blending past and present, BeauSoleil summons a strong sense of place by finding uniquely regional solutions to regional problems.
To me, the most exciting features aren't the new technologies, it's the passive features, the ones that don't require any additional energy to use.
A lot of the technologies aren't that advanced. They're things that our ancestors already knew very well, so we can look to them to rediscover things that we've forgotten.
Like knowing where the wind comes from or where the sun rises and sets.
They understood the importance of capturing breezes,
Shading their homes,
Insulating the walls and
letting in daylight,
harvesting water in cisterns.
using local native materials.
Following Hurricanes Katrina and Rita, there has been a growing awareness in Louisiana of the need for self-sufficiency, for sustainable housing designs, and for energy independence.
After Katrina, power was down for weeks.
Unlike a FEMA trailer, it's capable of generating its own electricity, supplying its own water, so the next day after the storm, you're up and running again.
More than other Americans, perhaps, the people of South Louisiana have become especially aware of the fragile relationship between people and their environment.
So in modern society, more and more often, you feel a disconnect from the environment. You live in a climate-controlled home. Your automobile is climate-controlled. Your house, business, all climate-controlled. So basically, you're living in a bubble.
By having this transitional porch, this dog trot, we're able to really connect with the exterior space by having windows that open to capture the breezes, by having the windows to look out of.
So all of these things are basically establishing a reconnection to the environment that I believe our ancestors really enjoyed, and I think that we, in part, have lost.
Designing a home is much more than just creating a space to shelter a family from the elements. Good architecture shapes the relationship between people and their surroundings, both the natural environment and the social environment.
For one, we're really interested in how people here live, how they live inside their home and outside their home.
The house is designed for two people, but created in a way that we can entertain. The culture here is about living and really enjoying life, the joie de vivre.
We put a lot of emphasis on the kitchen. We believe that the kitchen is the most important space in a Louisiana home.
We eat in the kitchen, we visit in the kitchen.
We do everything in the kitchen.
Well, the transitional porch gives the ability for the kitchen to open up into a really huge space, which allows for, having people over, cooking, all of the things that are really important to our culture as Louisianians.
But for all its distinctly local character, the BeauSoleil home is designed to address global problems.
All of the major environmental and economic challenges we face in the new century.
Things like global warming, pollution, energy shortage. It's all rooted in the things that we do as architects, designers, engineers, people who build cities.
No other industry consumes as much energy and resources
Or creates as much waste and pollution as the construction industry.
And so we've got to take responsibility for the solutions too.
I think it would be great if UL Lafayette and Louisiana could offer the world some new alternatives. And BeauSoleil can do that, but we need your help building it.
So we need the help of our fellow Louisianians, especially from
Government, businesses,
and individuals like you.
The Solar Decathlon is a chance for the world to look at Louisiana in a new light.
BeauSoleil is our chance to shine.